Hello everyone, welcome to a new video. In today's video, we are going to talk about CBD oil. I've been wanting to make this video for a very long time, but I really wanted to get more educated about CBD and I wanted to at least use it for 6 months before I came on camera and talked to you guys about it. Now, I am no expert, but in today's video, I do want to clarify some very confusing things about CBD. When you're first considering taking CBD, it gets very overwhelming. Is CBD oil just hemp oil? Are there even any studies to prove the benefits of CBD? How is it that CBD can be this wonderful thing that addresses so many different issues? Is it possible it helps with insomnia, anxiety, and inflammation, and even cancer, and all these things? Like, is it possible for one little oil to do so much things? So in this video, we're going to talk about it all. So without further ado, let's get started. So the main reason that I was very intrigued about CBD oil is because CBD is a very interesting compound from a medical perspective. The reason is because we have cannabinoid receptors all over our body. So we have some in our brain, in our heart, in our digestive tract. So if we have these receptors for CBD all over our body, does that mean it really can help with so many things that social media and the internet says? Now, I decided to try CBD for a couple of reasons. Number one, I've heard awesome things about it being anti-inflammatory, and the more I looked into it, it is true. It is packed with antioxidants. So I personally dealt with inflammation in the way that I had skin issues. So I might insert the picture if I can find it right now on the screen of patches I had on my arms that were so strange and I had no idea where they are coming from. That's why I decided to take CBD oil to help with the patches. I didn't use it on the actual rash, but I ingested it and it did help these patches disappear. So that is the one reason I started taking it. At first, I was intrigued at the anti-inflammatory properties found in CBD. The second reason I decided to take it is because I was dealing with a leaky gut. That means I was dealing with a bunch of allergies, indigestion, stomach pains, and so on. And people have said that it really helped them with this issue. So I also decided to take CBD oil for that, and it helped. The third reason I decided to take CBD is to help my sleep and daily stress. Personally, I tried 2 CBD products. One was a CBD oil, and another was a CBD vape pen. What I noticed is that the CBD vape pen didn't help me with my sleep issues as much as the oil did. Now, the oil had a small dose, very small dose of THC. Not enough to get you high. Just FYI, you cannot get high with CBD oil unless you get one with extremely high THC. But a ratio of anywhere above 8:1 CBD to THC will not get you high unless you're like very super sensitive. I found that the CBD with a little bit of THC made me fall asleep much easier, while the vape pen made me more awake. The vape pen was pure CBD. That's how I think that is highly individual. If you're dealing with sleeping problems, you might have to try different types of CBD oils, different concentrations, and different amounts to see what it will help you with. Now, in terms of stress, the more research I did about CBD, I noticed that it could help with the serotonin production. And as you may know, people dealing with anxiety and depression have lower serotonin. I noticed that it definitely does help me relax. However, I do not have severe anxiety or severe depression to see how it would help if I really had a pronounced problem with this. It does help me with managing my daily stress. Although there aren't a lot of studies on CBD oil, there have been animal studies on CBD oil and anxiety, and it showed to reduce the anxiety of the animal. However, there are no human studies. I believe they started human studies in 2018. So hopefully we'll get some results soon. But I want you guys to know that overall, CBD is not that highly researched. Yes, it is being used medically. However, the research is really limited. I don't find this surprising at all, and that doesn't discredit it from working because a lot of the supplements, natural supplements, do not have studies backing them up. It is just difficult to get funding for something like this. So after taking CBD for 6 months, I can honestly say that it is going to stay in my health routine. Now, I stopped taking it every day. I wanted to take it every day to see the benefits, But now I take it when I have problems with sleeping, around my menstrual period, when I'm dealing with indigestion, or when I'm just really, really stressed. So that's when I take CBD oil. Now I want to talk a little bit about the type of CBD oil I use. Now, this is where it gets very confusing. Is CBD oil hemp oil? Because if you go on Amazon, you can find a bunch of hemp oil, CBD oil, but is that good quality oil? So at first when I started my journey with CBD, I started taking it via hemp oil, and it did have higher concentrations of CBD, but I wasn't feeling much effects at all. And I was almost going to throw in the towel. However, I started researching more, and what I learned is that it doesn't matter where the CBD comes from, whether it's hemp or the marijuana plant, it is still CBD. However, the CBD coming from marijuana is more tightly regulated and less industrial than the CBD oil coming from the hemp. Now, whatever brand you choose or whatever company you choose for CBD oil, I would highly, highly recommend that you ask if they do third-party testing. You also want to check with the company you're buying from if they check each individual bottle for actual CBD. Because if they say there's, 400 milligrams of CBD in the bottle, is there really 400 milligrams of CBD in there? So in my opinion, don't try to get the cheapest CBD oil. Really, really make sure you know the company. Make sure they know where they source their CBD oil from, and they're responsible for the entire process from the beginning till end. Now let me tell you what I use. So the first thing I use is this Papa and Barkley Relief Tincture. So this one has 450 milligrams of cannabinoids, so CBD. Like the solvent that it's in is MCT oil, and it does have a little bit of THC. You guys, CBD oil will not get you high, even if it has a little bit of THC. Now, if you're one of those people that when you smoked weed, you got completely paranoid and you were sitting in a corner, fearful for your life, that's me. And when I was going to take CBD, I was like, no, because I had this fear of that little bit of THC in there. But I can tell you honestly that this ratio, 1 THC to 30 CBD, will not get you high. Basically, this is the one that I take when I am going to bed and I have a hard time sleeping. It has the measurement, so it has 0.25, 0.50, 0.75. I would start with the lowest dose and just see how it works for you. And this one is from a dispensary. That's what made me most comfortable buying it. I think this was very pricey. I believe it was like $80, but it has lasted me for a very, very, very long time. And the benefits are awesome. And I am actually sure that I'm getting a great quality product. Now, before this video, I had this awesome vape pen of pure CBD, but my dog literally bit through it and it doesn't work anymore. But basically it was just a little vape pen. I do think that the healthiest is this oil. You can put it in smoothies, and just smoking something might not be the most natural thing, but sometimes I just enjoyed it because it was grapefruit flavor, and this really is unappetizing. But how I use this is I put it under my tongue, I wait 60 seconds, and then I swallow it. So this is the tincture that I use. That's all I have for you today. That is my experience with CBD oil. Thank you so much for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to subscribe on your way out, and I'm very grateful for your support.